SCP-026 by Dr. Bob,
are
y'all.
standing in front of a rather creepy-looking public school building.
Okay.
One explains to the other that it has been abandoned for years.
Really?
And no one in the town seems to know exactly why. The two pull a board off one of the windows and climb through.
Man,
The
abandoned
inside
buildings?
looks pretty much like they were expecting. Their flashlights reveal that years of squatters, teens partying, and wild animals have left plenty of refuse and debris lying around.
That's why you stay out of the places.
There are two wings branching off the central portion of the building.
Crazy.
They pick one of them to explore and start walking down the hall.
Okay.
As they make their way down past the graffiti-tagged walls, they stop to investigate one of the classrooms.
Okay.
It looks to be in the same bad state as the rest of the building.
There's still an apple on the desk.
They're still writing on the chalkboard, as if the teacher stopped in the middle of a lesson and walked out.
Weird.
There's even a shriveled old apple still on the desk. As they exit the classroom back into the hallway, one of them stops.
What's that?
Wasn't the graffiti on the wall different before?
Oh.
Impossible. They must be mistaken.
Is it alive?
They keep walking
I don't
and
know
come to a
anything
stairwell.
about this SCP, guys.
Time to explore the upper floors.
Okay.
They head up the stairs to the second floor and poke their head out.
Right.
Everything looks to be about the same as on the first floor. They go back into the stairwell and start heading up again.
Okay.
It feels like they've been walking up the stairs for a long time, though. They should be all the way at the roof by now.
Is it like the stairwell that
finally
always
reach a
goes
door.
down?
It must lead to a taller part of the building they couldn't see from the ground outside. They open the door and see the second floor again. How could this be?
It's a loop.
The two look at each other. They've explored a lot of strange abandoned places, but nothing has creeped them out like this before.
So what happens if you go downstairs?
And after only a few steps, they are back on the first floor.
Weird.
Something is really wrong with this place.
At least they can get out though, right?
If they leave.
Yeah.
They start walking back towards the entrance, but one grabs the other and points into a classroom. Isn't this the room they went in before?
The children used to sing.
The same apple is on the desk.
But the chalkboard is different.
The complicated physics lesson has been erased. Now the chalkboard has just a simple phrase written on it. The children used to sing.
Dude, I got the
two scream and run out of the classroom.
Exactly.
But which way is the entrance? The hall appears to stretch on in either direction before turning at 90-degree angles. This isn't right. The entrance was definitely visible from outside the classroom before. They pick a direction and start to run.
Of course.
The hallways seem to go on and on, turning in ways that should double back on themselves.
Always turn left. That's how you get out of a maze.
The entrance.
Follow the left
wall. They try
wall.
going back up through a stairwell, but just like before, there appears to be either too many or not enough stairs between the floors. The explorers keep running, checking rooms for a way out. Somehow they keep finding that same room with the rotten apple on the desk. They're panicking now. Every time they look away, the graffiti on the wall changes, or a new classroom door appears in the hall. They keep running, though, turning corner after corner after corner until
how frantic you'd be at
the
this
entrance.
time? Hey!
But it's then that one of the explorers realizes he is all alone. He must have outran his friend.
No.
He looks at the entrance. It's so close. He starts to step towards it, but no. He can't leave his friend. He'll find him.
Oh.
He turns around, and right in front of him is the same classroom again.
Wow.
The one with the apple. Only this time, his friend is in there, sitting in a desk in the middle of the room.
With the apple.
Gathering the last of his courage, he runs into the room and tries to wake his friend, but he won't come out of his deep sleep.
Oh, he's
He pulls him out of the desk.
Right.
If he won't walk out, he'll drag him out.
And guess what?
He pulls him out of the classroom and down the hall towards the
again.
entrance. They're almost home free. He's just feet away from the door. He reaches out with his free hand and grabs the handle.
Is it locked?
Locked. He starts banging on the door, terrified that they'll be trapped in this place forever. When suddenly, the doors swing open. Two stern-looking men in suits are standing in front of him.
Hello?
You aren't supposed to be here,
yeah,
one of the men says,
obviously.
As the other picks up his friend, throws him over his shoulder, and escorts the both of them out of the school.
Is that the Foundation?
What these urban explorers didn't know is that they had just unintentionally entered a mysterious anomaly that the SCP Foundation has designated SCP-026.
This seems cool, guys.
A strange location that has been given the nickname After-School Retention.
After-School Retention.
SCP-026 is a 3-story building that used to be a public school prior to it being shut down and condemned after both staff and students reported various anomalous properties in the building.
Okay.
They described hallways that seemed to change in length, classrooms disappearing and reappearing,
So
and
this thing
stairways
was
with different
built
numbers
and
of
it
steps
started to
leading up and down.
change? I don't
The
understand where it came
discrepancies
from.
between the building's blueprints and the reported interior were strange enough.
Okay.
But the former school truly came onto the Foundation's radar after the disappearances of multiple people in the area were
I
linked to
see.
the location.
So maybe it
It
was,
was
gradual.
initially believed, after sending in robots equipped with video equipment to explore the school, that the spatial anomalies were actually caused by an anomalous mental effect the space was having on people's perception,
see.
and that the physical layout
it's
of the
all
school was not
perception.
actually changing.
Huh.
However, additional exploration has proven that this is not the case.
Oh.
The physical space of the
is
school
actually
does in
changing.
fact seem to change, and even the exploration robots are affected by this shifting geometry.
Really?
The inside of the school is covered in a substantial amount of graffiti, and most of it is the type you'd expect to see in any abandoned
As I mentioned
space.
before, Stephen
Gang
King has a
signs,
movie called
names,
Rose Red
and
where the
street
house
art,
would
for
keep
example.
changing.
But it
That's
appears
what
to
this
fade
reminds
in
me
and
of.
out and will change location. The writing on the chalkboards in the classroom appears to do the same.
Yeah.
And just like the graffiti, much of what is written on the chalkboards
Conjugation,
is what
you
you would
disappeared,
expect to
you
find in the
disappeared?
school.
What?
Most of the writing relates to basic subjects like math, literature, and biology.
Sure.
However, some of the subjects that have appeared are highly advanced and out of place in a non-university setting, such as the notes on quantum entanglement that were found on a chalkboard.
Quantum entanglement.
Bizarrely, the phrase, "the children
It's above
used
my
to
pay
sing,"
grade.
has been found multiple times in a variety of places
Yeah,
around
what
the
does
building,
that reference?
though researchers are still left without an answer as to what it means
Okay.
or what significance
Fair
it
enough.
holds. But the anomalous nature of the writing inside of SCP-026 doesn't stop there.
Okay.
The written content of books, notepads, and other pieces of paper brought into the school have been observed to disappear, leaving blank pages behind, only for the writing to reappear as graffiti or on the chalkboards.
Weird.
It is unknown why or how this is happening, but those working within SCP-026 are advised to be careful of what
That's
written materials
crazy,
they bring
dude.
inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple unconscious
lose your
persons have
notes.
also been found in the building. Several of the people found in the school have been identified as either former students or faculty of the school,
Okay.
including teachers and janitors, all of whom had been reported missing in the years following the school's closure. Despite some of them disappearing as long as 10 years after the school closed, when they are found inside
They're
SCP-026,
young?
they appear much younger than they should be, with the majority being high school-aged
it's
and
like they
dressed in
haven't
the style of
aged,
the school's
or
dress code in the time
Does it
before it was
actually
shut down.
manipulate their age?
It is currently not known how they ended up inside of SCP-026 or
Right.
why they present as being a younger version of themselves.
Huh.
Attempts to wake unconscious people while still inside the school are always unsuccessful.
Right.
However,
You have to
once
bring
they
them
are
out.
transported outside of SCP-026, they will immediately awaken. All have displayed signs of confusion in their brief moments of consciousness before
guess.
quickly dying from what appears to
Oh!
be severe dehydration. Their
So they-
bodies will then experience rapid advanced decomposition. No useful information on the nature of SCP-026 has been gleaned from any of these subjects in the brief period after removing them
So,
from the school.
old boy
that
killed
they are
his friend
conscious
when he
and
brought him
alive.
out, actually.
There have also been several cases of D-Class personnel who had participated in SCP-026 research
Okay.
disappearing from Foundation control,
Just gone.
only to be found within the school at a later date.
Gotcha.
All are found sleeping and experience the same fate as the others who mysteriously appear within the school.
Dude.
The same inability to wake up while inside the school appears to also apply to those who enter SCP-026 and fall asleep,
Right.
though they do not suffer the same gruesome fate upon being removed from the site and waking.
Oh, they don't.
Such was the case for a Foundation agent who, during a routine security check of the site, was found sleeping in the entranceway of the school by his partner. They were unable to wake the agent up, and he
Right.
was moved outside the building. As soon as he was outside of SCP-026,
He
the
woke
agent
up.
regained consciousness and appeared to be in a state of extreme agitation. In later interviews, he reported that he had dreamed he was in a strange classroom, and the same dream has been reported by all subjects who have fallen asleep in the school, as well as by
Weird.
the D-Class personnel who were later found inside.
Right.
They all describe that in the dream, they are sitting inside of a classroom that closely resembles those found in SCP-026.
Okay.
Though in the dream, it is in a condition that matches how it likely appeared while it was still a functioning
Sure.
school. The bell rings, but no one moves, and raising their hand does not get the teacher's attention.
Oh, that's
Everyone
hell,
is just
dude.
sitting silently. If they try to leave the classroom, they find the doors locked.
Huh.
They then notice what is really off about the dream. Everything is in black and white, except
Oh.
for the dreamer, who looks down at their own hands and realizes that they are in color. Just as they
That's
begin to
also
realize that they
weird.
are dreaming, and that they are the one who is out of place, they wake up. This dream will persist, recurring over and over, and each time it takes the dreamer longer and longer to realize that they are dreaming.
That is hell.
They also notice each time that their hands are a little more gray. Research into SCP-026 is ongoing, and all potential entrances, including both doors and windows, are to remain locked and boarded up in between investigative missions.
Okay.
Alarms have been placed around the location to alert Foundation personnel in the event that civilians or any other unauthorized personnel gain entry to the site. Due to the fact that even with these precautions, people continue to be found within SCP-026, and there has not yet been a reliable way discovered to prevent it, this anomaly has been classified as Euclid.
Yeah.
While you do not appear to be at risk of any serious danger if you have not previously fallen asleep in SCP-026, pay attention to your dreams.
Okay.
And if at any time you find yourself back in a classroom setting where things seem, well, off, contact the nearest SCP Foundation personnel to receive Class A amnestics in order to minimize any risk of you experiencing
It's bad, man. Y'all gotta help me out. Give me some amnestics or something. Make me forget at the very least. I don't want to wake up a husk. This was really, really cool, man. You know, I've done reaction videos for horror content that have people going in all of these abandoned buildings. I would never do anything like that, but you gotta admit it makes for some great stories. Guys, make sure to hit Dr. Bob up, subscribe to him, and there's a couple other Dr. Bob reactions that I did that I think you'll love. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.